Welcome, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing well today, in great moods and great spirits. Okay, thank you so much to those of you who are new here. I really appreciate you tuning in. Okay, if I resonate with you, please like, share, and comment. If nothing else, but subscribe, join our tribe. If you do, remember to turn on your notification bells because I am only here when I sense a shift in energy. Okay, I don't post every day. But to those of you who are returning, I appreciate your continued love and support. Y'all already know the vibes. Switch the roles if you need to. Aqua, assign yourself where you see fit. Don't force anything to fit your experience, your timeline, your gender. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. You can check out the other readings on my channel for your moon, your north node, and your rising, because I know most people will watch for their sun signs, or even check out the houses where your big three are placed. They'll resonate as well. And sometimes you can even watch all of them to get the bigger picture of your situation. Okay, this is going to be for Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Okay, Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. We don't have that much longer until your season, to be honest. Okay, and there is going to be a lot of astrological activity in February, like a lot. Okay, we'll have a stellium in your constellation Aquarius. So be prepared. I don't know why I just wanted to sing that like the Lion King. Be prepared. but anyway, let's get into this message and see what you need to know for your highest good, how you should be moving out here in these spiritual streets. Remember, I'm only going to speak to and channel from your higher self. You should only listen from that aspect as well. So let's see what you need to know, Aquarius. What the Spirit have for you today? You got competition, possibly. The Five of Swords is your energy. That's Aquarius, Venus. Let's see. What's the message? We got the Eight of Cups in the reverse. There could be somebody or something you abandoned. Okay, or this could be like wounds and insecurities that may be coming back up to the surface in order for you to work through. I feel like this is another person. This is a Pisces card. Okay, but yeah, Two of Cups reverse. I don't know if you're going through a breakup or if somebody around you is getting broken up with. That's more so what this feels like. But let's keep going. Sometimes the Eight of Cups in the reverse also could be somebody who's not seeing the bigger picture of a situation. They're not seeing something in its totality. Six of Wands. This is Leo energy, which is your opposition, your sister sign. I feel like this is more so you. You could be getting a lot of attention, maybe even focused on your career. Okay, sometimes the Six of Wands, I see that as somebody who has a prophecy to fulfill or a very specific destiny, one that's important. What else? King of Cups. To Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like this King of Cups could be somebody who's interested in you and he's either abandoning another situation. But it feels like you're still not focused on whoever this is. You're not focused on this King of Cups. It feels like you could be more focused on your career with the Six of Wands, or maybe yourself. Too many cards. Let's get one more card. I like to do 4 because 4 is the same as 1 if you think about it, but it gives us the bigger picture. You know how like quarters equal $1, but yeah, it gives us the bigger picture instead of just pulling one card. So anyway, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We got the Hermit here and the 5 of Pentacles. This feels like this King of Cups energy. This could be somebody who has some introspection to do. Maybe they have insecurities with the 5 of Pentacles. Or this could be another person who's monitoring you, because we're going to see what this 8 of Cups in the reverse is. But the Wheel of Fortune in reverse can talk about delays. Okay, somebody who maybe is not learning a lesson, specifically a karmic one, or maybe stuck on the wheel, you know, of like repeating a cycle. So be careful with that. Okay? But also the Wheel of Fortune in reverse talks about somebody who's not prepared. Okay, the wheel can also talk about preparation. It's Sagittarius Jupiter, so it's also like somebody who's not manifesting any like abundance or growth or expansion, or like a lack of wisdom, because Jupiter energy is also wisdom. If you think about it, Sagittarius is like the philosopher, and they're into like other cultures and like higher learning and things like that. So what's this 8 of Cups reverse? Let's break this down. This could be somebody, this King of Cups could be somebody in your energy that's delaying you. Okay, I'm really getting you have a prophecy to fulfill here with this 6 of Wands, or there's something specific that you're meant to be doing, achieving. Okay, Aquarius energy is the healer, the innovator. Okay, they're typically like in this, they work in the service industry. And Aquarius is really known as like the water bearer, but the water is consciousness. Okay, it's wisdom, it's information, more so like on a universal level. So this Page of Wands, this could be somebody reaching out to you, wanting to talk to you, communicate to you. Maybe you felt like with whoever this person is, maybe you like abandoned your inner child, or I don't know. What's the Page of Wands? Because sometimes this can be creativity. It can be passion, interest. What's this Page of Wands? King of Swords. This King of Swords has been coming out a lot lately. I don't know if this is somebody that you are connecting to or dealing with, or if it's a spirit guide. The other day, I was really getting a male spirit guide, like that was in my ear talking to me. And the King of Swords can be that sometimes. This could be spirit trying to communicate to you, trying to get your attention about something, or they could be guiding you. Okay, 8 of Cups. There could be something that you're not walking away from. Okay, and you need to. But this feels like another person. You could have abandoned whoever this person is, and maybe he wasn't in King of Cups energy initially. Right? Maybe this could be the same energy, the King of Swords and the King of Cups, and this is why you abandoned him. Also, this could be you if you're a man. Is this King of Swords and the King of Cups the same person? No. Okay, this King of Cups could be somebody from your past. They could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Strong Pisces with this 8 of Cups right here. This is Pisces, Saturn. So this King of Swords could be somebody who's new in your energy, or if you're a man, this is you. Maybe you have a new adventure that you're wanting to go on. Maybe you have new ideas that you want to explore, a new creative or passionate endeavor that you're embarking on. And you could just be completely abandoning something. Okay, like just moving along. The King of Swords and the Page of Wands, they also kind of both give me communication. So this could be, if you are a woman, it don't matter, switch the roles, but this could be somebody who's wanting to talk to you, communicate with you. Maybe you abandon this person and they're coming back around. The 6 of Wands can also be them wanting to, excuse me, do something to impress you. or to like win you back over. Okay, what's this King of Swords? Why is he here? It kind of feels like somebody trying to spin the block. Four of Wands reverse. Maybe you got a divorce. You could have moved out of a community, moved out of home. I'm getting moving. Somebody's moving. Or you moved. Because all of these cards talk about travel. Even the Four Wands. It's like more vacationing though. So this is like a lack of harmony. The Four Wands is anything that brings you structure, balance, stability, you know, like support. Maybe you could feel like you don't have any support if you're a man or somebody was not supporting you. Give me more on this King of Swords. Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, I really feel like this reading is for a man. But we all have an inner feminine and masculine energy dynamic that has to be balanced. So even if you're a woman, this could be your masculine energy healing, right? To where you're becoming more assertive, you're living a life of more structure, especially as the King of Swords. Using more of your logic, right? Rather than your emotional energy to make decisions. Five of Cups in the reverse is healing. Okay. So if you're a man, you could be healing from like a breakup, or you could be overcoming something in regards to your past. Maybe there's regret or remorse here that you're freeing yourself from. But I feel it's more so like it's in terms of leaving somebody behind. Like you don't feel guilty. You don't feel sorry for doing whatever this is. Maybe with this Page of Wands here, somebody was childish. Yeah, look at your energy here. I know I'm shaking y'all. I'm cold. I'm always cold. Okay, I'll warm up as the energy, as the reading goes on. But what's this Page of Wands? Let's see. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you're leaving behind one environment, right? That was not balanced. That was not harmonious. That probably is just, there could have been a lot of fights or arguments, or you two weren't on the same page. Maybe somebody wasn't able to support you or your dreams or your goals or whatever this was. And it could be hard to be with somebody who doesn't support or see your vision, right? But anyway, the Ten of Pentacles, this is a Virgo card. It's Virgo Mercury. So yeah, we have Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. 10-10. You could be seeing 10-10, or there's a cycle here that's closing. It feels like this is what you're interested in, actually building a solid foundation with somebody. Maybe you could want to start a business, and maybe your partner didn't see that vision, or this could even be you just wanted to have a solid foundation. Some of y'all, you could have kids with this person, or you could have a child somewhere in the future. I'm getting that with this Page of Wands. I'm really getting children and family here. This is probably what you desire, but the person who you were with was not, I don't know if they weren't ready or they just weren't thinking at that capacity yet. But you could be inspired to do something here with this Ten of Pentacles. Maybe this is like a new job opportunity, or you just want something. It feels like you're only interested in something long term where there's true teamwork and partnership. Two people working towards a common goal, or just really building a solid foundation, something that will withstand the test of time. What's this Ten of Pentacles? Because the Four Wands in the reverse ain't it. It's not. Yeah, look, the Emperor in the reverse. And we have the Fool, which is into. So the Emperor in the reverse is somebody who's not grounded. They don't. Sometimes, because the Emperor is the root chakra, this person either it's not operating from their true identity or they don't know what that is. They don't know themselves. There's no structure. This could also be abuse of power and authority. I'm getting like, if you have kids, this emperor in the reverse is somebody who probably isn't the best father. And you know, it feels like because the Ten of Pentacles is right behind this person, it feels like it's because this is an environment that they come from. They probably, within their bloodline or their lineage, there probably wasn't a lot of father figures. Something feels like, yeah. See, now I'm really tapping into this Six of Wands energy, which is a prophecy you're meant to fulfill. And this could be you too, right? But it feels like you're meant to break maybe a generational curse in terms of this energy, especially if you're a man, right? Being a solid father figure or an example. Um, Actually leading, okay, and being like a true divine masculine in a sense. Somebody could be going to court for child support. What's the Ten of Pentacles Emperor reverse? Yeah, Knight of Swords in the reverse is somebody who, they have a chip on their shoulder. You can't tell them anything. King and Queen of Pentacles reverse with the lovers behind it. What the? The Knight of Swords in the reverse is also stuck in a karmic loop. Okay, Knight cards, period, in the reverse. They're like perpetually taking action towards something but never really following through, or they're like stuck in karmic cycles. What's the Emperor Knight of Swords reverse? Queen of Cups. Yeah, to the King of Cups over there. Excuse me, y'all. I feel like this Queen of Cups is you. Okay, and you have a child with this masculine, or this is just your ex. Okay, but if this is your ex, this is somebody that's trying to spin the block. Like, just period. They want to come back. That's what this feels like. You could have abandoned them, and this Page of Wands is like them reaching out to you. But they're still in karmic energy. They're not showing up as anything different. This King of Swords over here is a different energy. You know, I'm really seeing this King of Swords is helping you to end a karmic contract. Okay, with the Four of Wands in reverse could be a karmic contract, and this Queen of Cups is connected to, you could have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, but this King of Cups, I mean this Five of Cups is you getting over a healing from the past. This could be somebody who's orbiting your energetic field, but you're not necessarily connecting with. The Page of Wands, this could be somebody who maybe will soon show interest in you, or maybe try to talk to you, want to flirt with you, try to date you with this Page of Wands energy. That's like a flirty, lighthearted type of childlike, innocent love. You know, like the pure shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this King of Swords is helping you to heal from this karmic contract with this Emperor in the reverse. And what's interesting is it feels like this person was meant to be in your life for a specific reason. And I'm almost kind of getting that this masculine could come from a long line of absent fathers. You know what I mean? And that was supposed to shift when y'all met is really what I'm channeling. This feels like a real specific reading, and it didn't. What's the Queen of Cups? They chose to stay like that. Cause I say, like, if kids don't make a person want to change, I don't know what will. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you setting boundaries. What's the Four of Pentacles? This is Capricorn Sun. Capricorn is strict, honey. Yeah, look, the star. That's definitely you. Capricorn is strict. Like, people like to say, like, they have this natural doom about them, but you can't ignore the fact that they don't fuck around when it comes to their money, their finances. They're planners. They're very strategic. They're hardworking. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could be on the cusp, or something significant could be happening for you in between um, Capricorn and Aquarius season. Huh. So the star is renewal, rejuvenation. It's being in control of your mind, your body, your destiny, because the star is man. Okay. But it also represents consciousness and awakening, like inheritance of your god or goddesshood. That feels like what you're about to step into. Really. You could be a healer. There could be something healing within your finances as well with this Four of Pentacles behind you. You could have went through a period of like scarcity or having to penny pinch or something like that. I see this changing because the star is like being innovative, right? Thinking more expansively. Or there's a specific career path that you're taking that is like a lucrative source of income. What's the star? You're healing though. I can see it. It feels like this King of Swords. Yeah, Ten of Swords in a reverse. Gemini Sun, Gemini rules contract. There's a contract between you and this Emperor in a reverse over. And sometimes they say like, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but having a baby father is a karmic contract. Like, but anyway, Ten of Swords in a reverse, it feels like you're releasing something that was painful. You're coming up out of this energy. Maybe if you had anxiety, it's healing. This could be you getting more out of your mind and into your body because the star is here. But there, it feels like healing here taking place on a soul level with this Queen of Cups because of some boundaries that you set. Okay. I don't know. It just feels like with this Four of Pentacles, you weren't willing to make yourself vulnerable to this Emperor anymore. Knight of Cups reverse. Yeah, like you're revoking your love offer from this person, or you're just no longer interested in staying on the wheel or dating somebody who's like this. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, they don't work on themselves. They haven't mastered themselves. Okay, they're not the commitment type, but it's more of a lifestyle, right? Because the Eight of Pentacles can talk about your daily routines and regimens, your habits, your reputations. Okay, it's a Virgo card, Virgo Sun. Maybe this person is not self-aware or they just don't pay attention to the little shit that matters. Regardless, you're getting out of this cycle with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So, what's the Four of Wands reverse with the Five of Cups reverse? Two of Swords reverse. What's the Two of Swords reverse? Something here being unblocked because it is masculine. Nine of Wands. Okay, this talks about being a wounded warrior. There could have been something that you had to persevere through. Maybe blockages, setbacks, challenges. Okay, this could also be something in terms of your health. Because even the star can talk about your health. Maybe like your nervous system. Page of Swords is the Lover. For some of you, this King of Swords, this Emperor is trying to take on this King of Swords energy. I can feel it. But What's this Nine of Wands? This is Sagittarius moon. It's like you have somebody new in the picture, but this ex is like being annoying. This Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's giving somebody is lazy. I don't. It feels like whoever this Emperor in the reverse is, when they were in your energy, they actually made shit a lot harder for you. Like you could have been doing a lot of work on whatever this Ten of Pentacles is. Okay, and even if you're a man and you just weren't seeing any results, you weren't seeing any growth, you weren't seeing anything expand. Okay, this Nine of Wands feels like a lot of challenges and obstacles you had to persevere through because somebody was lazy. It feels like they weren't helping you. They weren't helping you do something. But yet they wanted you to feel so guilty for leaving them behind or not wanting to deal with them anymore. Or, yeah, look, now shit taking off for you. Nine of Wands, especially maybe in terms of your business or your career, you could be feeling more creative. Yeah, this is like, this Emperor in the reverse could have been, I'm getting like really like attacking your crown chakra or you spiritually with the star here. And this King of Swords is really helping to unblock something. It's like because this Emperor was in the way, like, okay, like, say for instance, like, you and a person back in the day, y'all had a child together, right? And this masculine, I don't know if they were jealous of you with this star-like energy, because that is typical when I see this in readings. The star does get a lot of hate, jealousy. Um, they're a divine being for one. Okay, they have a strong connection to source. Their energy, their aura is just different, and people notice it. They can't quite put their finger on what it is, but they notice it. And it could go one or two ways. They're either going to hate you and be jealous of you, or they're going to feel inspired. There's really no in between when you're dealing with a star. Okay, so say for instance, this masculine, y'all had a kid back in the day, and when y'all were together, they weren't the best of fathers, or maybe they were a good father, they just weren't a good partner to you, right? Whatever the case may be, this person made a lot of shit hard for you, right? And then you have this King of Swords who comes in your energy and they're like willing to take on whatever it is that you've been battling or struggling with. Maybe they even step up as a co-parent or a stepfather, whatever, to your kid. That's kind of what I'm channeling here, but regardless, this is like you having to persevere through something to where you were putting in a lot of effort and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. Something wasn't getting off the ground for you. You weren't seeing any growth. Okay. This could be something that you had to master. Perseverance instead of getting in like this woe is me energy with this Five of Cups over here or just crying over spilled milk. It feels like you're not doing that anymore. This masculine could be showing you new ways of thinking or being. And give me more on this Two of Swords reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh my gosh, something here is getting revealed with the Two of Swords in the reverse. I don't know if somebody lost a job or they're unemployed or they're just struggling financially. Okay, but also I'm kind of channeling the thing to where like if you and a person broke up, right, people are now starting to see that you were never the problem, you were never the issue in whatever this situation is, because now this person is struggling financially, and probably when y'all were together shit was good, but it was because you were putting in all the work. You were doing all the work. So anyway, the Ace of Pentacles could be like a big financial loss. This could also be a lack of stability or resources. This King of Swords also feels like Spirit is revealing something to you as well. If this is somebody that's trying to come back, be patient. Okay, don't just jump in it with open arms, because it feels like something here is getting ready to be revealed. I don't know if this person doesn't have a stable home or foundation to live in. I don't know if they're struggling financially. It's like it's a reason why they're trying to come back. Okay, and with this Two of Swords in reverse, this is like something that's hidden that's now being revealed. Okay, it could be because you out here balling like as the Six of Wands, and this person is like the opposite. And you know, to be honest, a lot of your finances is tied to your self-worth. I know that sounds weird, but like, long story short, your energy is really your currency. Money is just the tool that you use to manifest, like, or to build the life that you want, right? But your energy is really your currency. So how you use or spend your time, your energy, and things like that. With the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, they ain't using it wisely. Something's going on here with this person. It's almost like they're inspired to come back around because they see you in this Ten of Pentacles energy. I don't know, but you can tell a lot about a person based on the environment that they create for themselves and the life that they build for themselves. That's very telling, very revealing, at least to me. I'm not judging people who, you know, may be falling on hard times or whatever, but like, if you stay there, I feel like that's a problem. You know, like, what's this Eight of Pentacles reverse? I don't know. I'm just a firm believer in that. Your energy is your currency. What you do with it, yeah, world reverse. Somebody think a cycle between y'all is still open. The world is also Capricorn energy, which is ruled by Saturn. Yeah. This person, there's a cycle here that's still open. At least on their end. That's why the wheel is in the reverse. For some of you, this could even be for you too, right? There could be something here that you haven't completed when it comes to this person, but it's not giving me like romance, because you know, like, when you're a healer, when you have a divine path, a lot of times the people who come into your life are assignments, right? And they're either going to get the picture while y'all are together, or they're going to get it after, you know, in your presence or in your absence. But you have to keep moving. Like, you can't stay stuck there. Then they just watch from a distance and they live vicariously through you. But something here is still open. What's the world in the reverse? Or this was like a goal that wasn't achieved. If they're trying to stop something that you're building with this King of Swords, this goal is not going to be achieved. What's the world reverse? It's a failed plan. It's almost like they want to make it hard for you to move on and build something else. With this Nine of Wands back here, they want to make something challenging for you. The Strength card, yeah. This person, whatever they're facing right now, they're not able to overcome it. This could be somebody feeling real vulnerable, or they're lacking confidence, okay, or something about their personal power is like non-existent. That's why they're the Emperor in the reverse. Their priorities could be out of line. They could be trying to take on the energy of this King of Swords to win you back over. Okay, and they're finding out this is a lot more challenging than they thought it would be. Mm. Because I'm really trying to figure out this Two of Swords in the reverse. This could be like something being revealed. This could even be somebody having to face their fears. Regardless, all these cards are in the reverse. The Nine of Wands here talks about somebody struggling, facing a lot of challenges and obstacles, as the Strength card in the reverse here, they're not able to overcome whatever this is. For some of you, this King of Swords, if you're in a connection with this person, their energy being in the upright like this, somebody who's truthful and authentic, okay, they live a life of structure, balance, and integrity. They're helping you to see something. Okay, they're revealing something to you. It feels like the difference between a true leader and a shitball. I don't like to say it, but that's what this person feels like. Because how are you going to be the Emperor in the reverse and the Knight of Swords in the reverse? That's crazy. Like, that means somebody can't tell you anything. And if you can't take constructive criticism, or if you can't go within and reflect and learn, or you don't want anybody critiquing you, like, you're never going to be able to get anywhere. Okay, but anyway, what's the Six of Wands? Seven of Swords. What's the Six of Wands, Seven of Swords? Death card in the reverse. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this King of Swords is a spirit guide or a partner, but this person is really sticking out. Because the Death card in the reverse is somebody that's like not willing to change. Okay, they don't want to let something go. But it also feels like this is an energy of, it's like they're planning and strategizing how to hold on to you. That's what I'm saying. This King of Swords, this Emperor in the reverse could be trying to take on this King of Swords energy. King of Swords is coming into your life and helping you to see, because the Seven of Swords, this is your energy, Aquarius. It's Aquarius moon. It's like planning and strategizing, organizing. They're helping you to see something that maybe you've been holding on to, that you've been needing to release. What's the Seven of Swords? Exactly, the Fool. There's a new journey here. There's a new beginning. This feels like this person is setting you free. Some of you guys could have really started your spiritual journey. Okay, maybe you're really getting into that, or you're just on the path to like healing. The Temperance is healing, balance, harmony, peace, inner peace. Okay, self-management as well. All right, because in order to be in this Temperance energy, you have to be able to understand what belongs in your energy and what doesn't, what is draining you or what's giving you life, what's fueling you, or what, like really just in the way. You get what I'm saying? The Temperance is self-management. So if this Six of Wands is you, this King of Swords is helping you to see. And it could be deeper than a romantic level, right? The Death card talks about the shadow, the past. Um, it also talks about rebirth, change, and transformation. Whoever this King of Swords is, they're gonna come in and really like, or this is you as a man, you're starting to see this, what you really need to do to change and transform your life. Okay, this could, you could be in like a same-sex couple. Don't have to be, but what's the Death card reverse? Yeah, the Six of Swords. I believe that's Aquarius Mercury. But this is you moving on into peaceful and calmer waters. It's like you finally letting go of something. You find letting go of something. What's the Six of Swords? The Hierophant in the reverse. The Temperance, the Devil in the reverse. First, there's the end of a contract here. This is a very spiritual reading, honestly. Excuse me. This is a very spiritual reading. Once I start burping, I know. So, I'm getting oppression, honestly. If this Emperor in the reverse is somebody who you parented a child with, this could be an energy to where like all the men or women in your family stayed in this cycle of oppression. More specifically, like people staying together for like the child, or staying, in one family unit that is full of chaos and dysfunction and disharmony. I feel like children need to see their parents being loved on properly. They need to see a healthy environment, okay? Because a lot of that in your childhood will shape your core foundation and beliefs, to where you could be an adult and the family that you come from is so deeply embedded in your psyche that you don't have a healthy example of what love is, and then they go around dating people that modeled their early childhood relationship that they seen, which usually starts with the mother and the father. I mean, there's grandparents, aunts and uncles and all of that shit too, but so there's a contract here that's over with the Hierophant in the reverse. This could also be you moving away from, I'm really getting like family dynamic here, outdated paradigms and belief systems, to where you felt like you had to stay and just take the grunt of all the work, you know what I mean? Stay somewhere where like a man or woman, whoever, wasn't helping you or supporting you the way that they needed to. That's really what this is given. And maybe this is a relationship that you in your childhood, and you're fulfilling a prophecy by not modeling the same one for your child or your children. For some of you, this page, this not page, this fool here could be your child. I feel like you have a happy child. Your child is carefree. Okay. I feel like if there is a breakup here with the Six of Swords, this, I'm not necessarily saying the transition is smooth, but it feels like you could be doing the best that you can to make sure that they don't feel the impact of it. Because the Seven of Swords, like I said, that is planning and strategizing, right? Gathering information, resources, and things like that. You could be trying to figure out how to let go in the, like choosing the path of least resistance. But you're definitely moving on here. There's a prophecy being fulfilled, because for some of you, like your parents could have been stuck with an emperor in the reverse, a masculine who abused their power and authority. Maybe they were lazy. Maybe they didn't necessarily have a plan of action for the family, or they just weren't able to lead. They come from a long line of that, and it feels like you could have almost been a victim to whatever this is. But because you're here able to leave behind, like outdated morals, values, and belief systems, you're willing to do something untraditional with the Hierophant in the reverse. You're setting yourself free. You could be choosing your highest timeline with the Temperance here. What's the Hierophant in the reverse? Four of Swords in the reverse. That's Libra, Jupiter. What's the Four of Swords reverse? The Ace of Swords. It fell on the floor though. Let's get one card. What's the Four of Swords reverse? Hierophant reverse. The Empress in the reverse. Somebody's mom could have sang this song to them when they were younger. I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a duck. That's what I just heard in my head. But anyway, the Four of Swords in reverse could be like somebody going through an awakening. Or coming out of like this period of stagnancy. What's the Empress in the reverse? The Justice in the reverse. I feel like this relationship is really showing you something about your own mother or father, your own parents. This is what this is giving me. This mother is giving me somebody's Empress. I mean, this Empress is giving me somebody's mother. Is this Empress in a reverse Aquarius? No. Some of y'all could be taking somebody to court for child support. The Justice in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse both talk about like law, the legalities, whether they're spiritual or earthly, you know what I mean? This could be you awakening to like reasons why your own mother may have been oppressed or experiencing injustices. You could be learning a lot about your mother or father through parenthood. Like you see things differently. I feel like when you become a parent yourself, it allows you to see the battles and the struggles that your own parents may have faced, even if they didn't show you, even if they didn't talk to you about it. A lot becomes more clear when you become a parent yourself. Right, and then it also allows you to take your own mother and father off of the pedestal and see that just because they became your parent didn't mean that whatever lessons and life path that they had stopped because you were born. They're still human. They still were incarnated here with karmic debt and things that they had to clear for their own spiritual path as well. All right, so that's like giving them back some of their humanness, but even wrong, the Empress reverse, Justice reverse. For some of you, this is like, yeah, no, I seen my mother go through this or struggle through this, and I'm not about to be the one too. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles reverse, Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse too. Why are these two keep coming out like that in the reverse? So it feels like here, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this could be, well, first is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus, because the Empress is Taurus and Libra as well. You can have a lot of these in your chart, Taurus and Libra energy, okay? Or they're principles from that constellation that you had to learn, right? Taurus is all about hard work, intellect, right? Structure, stability. It teaches you as long as you have intellect or your intelligence, your mind, you will never really be without resources. All right. And Libra teaches you about balance, harmony, fairness, more specifically in relationships. Okay. It's a lot more to Libra. I feel like arguably it's one of the most important constellations that we should learn about in terms of its principles. Because if you're not balanced, you can't really get anywhere. You can't really do anything, right? Too much of a good thing can be bad for you or poison for you, right? Like think about if you take vitamins and you overdose on vitamin C or some shit like that. It's not going to be good for you. So this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse feels like you're pulling back your money, your time, your resources, your energy. You're operating more from a place of not selfishness, but self-preservation as this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse because of how you've seen a relationship with like your mom or somebody else. Because the Ten of Cups, you want a happy, healthy family, right? Balance and harmony. All right, I know the Ten of Pentacles can be a healthy, stable foundation as well, but I feel like sometimes it could be one where it lacks love, right? And the Ten of Cups is not that. Like, this is love, true, genuine love, wish fulfillment, in union too. You get what I'm saying? You want a happy, healthy family. You don't want this something that's just based around money or transactional. And even if this Emperor was one that was providing for you with the Ten of Pentacles, here something is still off with them. Like, even if it is this King of Swords, they were still operating more so from a cerebral place, which can feel kind of cold and aloof. Right? So yeah. It's almost like with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, you're not willing to suffer the same injustices your parents or your mother did just for you to say, like, oh, I have a family. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse ain't gonna do that. She's kind of selfish, but it's more from a place of self-preservation. That's the first law of nature, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. What's this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? Ace of Wands reverse. I don't know. You could be feeling drained or tired and lethargic. For some of you, I'm also getting that this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Empress in the reverse, is this masculine realizing like this could be who they're with now. Because there's somebody from your past in this energy for sure. And they could have been trying to, with this Eight of Cups reverse, abandon another situation to come back towards you. And that's this person right here. This Queen of Pentacles reverse, Empress in the reverse. I'm kind of seeing that too. But the Fool here, it feels like you're on to a new journey. You're doing something else. What's the Fool? Because that's really your energy over here. Three of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you could be leaving behind friends and associates. There's a new journey here to where I feel like you're completely letting go and walking away of the past. You could be like, I'm kind of getting like you going through a huge lifestyle change too, with the Star back here. What's the Three of Cups reverse? There could be lots of gossip and talk about you. Nine of Swords. Five of Wands reverse. Give me one of the Three of Cups reverse, Nine of Swords. Because the Fool is like doing something brand new. Yeah, look at this lioness, Queen of Swords. There's definitely somebody else here with another person in their energy. They could be dating somebody new and they still trying to come over here and fuck with you. What's the Three of Cups reverse, Nine of Swords? One card, please, Spirit. Yeah, look, Five of Swords. Jealousy, competition, rivalry. Aquarius, Venus. Whoever this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles in reverse couple that keeps coming out, that's not you. That's your ex and whoever they're with. And that's why he's trying to spin the block, because either they ain't got no money or they're not grounded, they're not stable. The King and Queen of Pentacles usually are two people who are building, right? The Emperor and the Empress are people who are at the point where they have an empire that they're running. They both in the reverse. The King and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Empress and the Empress are in the reverse in this reading. I don't feel like that's you. I really don't. Like, I feel like this Queen of Cups is you and this King of Swords is your person or a spirit guide who is really revealing and showing you a lot in this current moment. And these are things that you need to see so you can officially close out this cycle with the World in the reverse. Or, like I said, this King of Swords is somebody in your life who's showing you some real man, woman shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? What's this Five of Swords? There's definitely rivalry, competition here. And there's a lot of gossip about you, too. Hangman in the reverse. So, your masculine could be fighting through something. There could be something about a pregnancy coming out here. Okay, the hangman in the reverse talks about disinterest. Like, it feels like with the fool here, you don't give a fuck. Like, you don't care really what's going on around you, what people are saying. It's like, it don't matter. You're focused on something completely different, as you should be. Because for some of you, you have a huge destiny here to fulfill, or a prophecy that you were meant to fulfill. And that's it. And for some of you, you could be awakening to this with the four swords in the reverse. You could be seeing like, and maybe it's helping you to, hangman reverse, shift your perception about something to where you're not hurt, you're not sad, you're not crying over spilled milk with the five of cups in reverse. You know that something happened exactly the way it needs to be so that you can free yourself or your family or your bloodline, right? The line of women that you come from. They could have been oppressed with the Empress, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They could have been, um I don't want to say poor, but maybe they struggle financially. And I feel like it would be because they could have struggled with their self-worth, and not that they were aware of it either, is the thing, right? Shit runs in a generation until there's one person who is willing to take a deeper look at it, right? Who's able to feel it and not ignore it and push past it, right? It's like, no, we need to think solution based. How can I change this type of shit? So you could be that type of person. That is Aquarius energy, though. You feel me? So I don't know why this is so much about family and kids and children. Like, I really don't know why. Like, let me see something really quick. But that's really what I'm getting here. And I feel like if you don't have a family and children, maybe this reading doesn't resonate with you, but this could be a future reading for you. Like, you know, make sure you pick the right one. Yeah, so the 11th house can be about community. Somehow I feel like it's tied to ancestry too, but I don't want to speak too soon. Hmm. I had to look later, but maybe you can have Aquarius and like I could align with your fourth house somehow. Even the Queen of Cups can be Cancer energy, okay? Which is the mother, the family. Cancer is actually the soul of that constellation represents the soul. And it's actually one of the most psychic, but people don't like to talk about it as being a psychic placement because it's specifically the connection to the dead, your ancestry. And once you get to talking about your ancestors and shit like that, people just think it's so demonic. Okay, but anyway, you're just interested in the competition and the rivalry. So if this masculine did try to put you in competition with another person, it's like, you know, you have a mission. You know, you have a purpose here to fulfill. You know, you got bigger and better shit to worry about. You're going places with the Six of Wands. Okay, that's Leo Jupiter. You actually have a destiny, a mission, something here that you're working towards that's bigger than you with the star. Right? So you're just interested in whatever this is, the gossip, the small talk, the competition, the rivalry, like, yeah. It's like, miss me with that little shit. People can think like you're bougie or you're stuck up. That's kind of what I'm channeling to. There's a thin line between confidence and arrogance, but the people who don't have confidence will be the first ones to tell you that you're arrogant. What's the hang one in the reverse? Also a Pisces energy. Pisces talks about the ends of cycles, right? That is the constellation where you can look to see what kind of karmic that you inherited. So yeah, this Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups. That's what I'm saying. Like this King of Swords, it's giving me three different energies. It's giving me the person that you're with now, or who you'll be with in the future. It's giving me you, and it's giving me like an ex. Even a spirit guide too. This King of Swords is, I feel like it's the most important card in this read. I'm gonna pull some more cards on him to figure that out. But anyway, this energy is watching you. There's definitely a lot of people watching you. Okay, because it feels like you're going through a period of renewal. Like I said, like I'm getting like somebody's whole life is changing around, honestly, and people are watching you, gossiping about you, talking about it. It don't feel like it's bad, but I feel like you got a lot of secret admirers, people who will be inspired by you but never tell you. What's this Page of Swords? They'll never tell you. They just gonna watch. It's a Cups in the reverse. The Scorpio energy. Six of Cups in reverse could be somebody who had a bad childhood. Give me more on this. Six of Cups reverse, Page of Swords. And even the Page of Swords can be like information, observing. Ten of Wands reverse. Yeah, this is somebody from your past who's holding on to you. For sure. Who's this King of Cups? And they really watching too. They're more so observing, right? Somebody, you made somebody to your son or your daughter. Like you schooling them, they learning from you. Pages is learning. Also, if this King of Swords is your masculine, they learning from this King of Swords too. Queen of Swords reverse, Three of Pentacles reverse. So the Sun reverse is oppression, a lack of confidence. Okay, somebody who may be feeling drained. Yeah, that's this person from your past. They're oppressed, and it feels like now they're in their feelings about the fact that you're moving on and finding a happy family, or you're about to, or you just don't care. Now that you don't care, they care, but they're oppressed. There's also a lack of clarity about something in their environment. You know, I never noticed that this King of Cups had on a yellow shirt under his suit. Yellow is healing. So this masculine is healing through watching you, but it feels like more so a lot of it is happening in your absence because they didn't do it while y'all were together. And you know, it's interesting, but I really feel like if y'all have a child together, y'all were meant to have a child together, right? Because they were meant to heal the paternal lineage of their family through becoming like a father that either they never had, and you were meant to free yourself from this cycle because a lot of the women in your family were oppressed. That's what this really feels like. Now, whether or not y'all stay together, I don't know what determined that. Like, maybe if y'all would continue to evolve, but some things are really contracted to be this way, right? And then once whatever transpires, once spirit says time is up, it's up. But with the wheel in the reverse, there could be another person who is delayed because they're still trying to hold on to the cycle when the prophecy has already been fulfilled, right, on your behalf. They're just trying to hold on to you and delay your clock because they're just now awakening to what the fuck you were in their life, what you meant to them, how important or significant you were to their journey. They're just now starting to see it. Hey, what do you need help with? So what's the Sun in reverse? Now this person, it feels like he's disappointed, or let's see, what's the Sun reverse? Knight of Wands reverse. Oof. He really don't have confidence. That's the Emperor in the reverse. That's the first thing that's sticking out. And this could be somebody who's deeply sensitive, but instead of showing it from a love frequency, it's like more egotistical. Because you know the ego is necessary, but you're not meant to live there. Your ego is the shadow, but it's also like, excuse me, your protection at the same time. All right, that's why I say they can't exist simultaneously. You got to pick one. The love and ego, the ego has to die. And honestly, looking at this again, the King of Cups can be Cancer, right? Is the North Gate. Cancer is the North Gate, right? And you can only enter the North Gate through your astral form, right? So it's like you have to raise your frequency, your vibration to a point where you're connecting with your higher self, right? Your astral body, right? But so what's this Knight of Wands reverse? He's oppressed. But it feels like he's awakening though. Yeah, look, Ace of Swords. It feels like this person is awakening though. They are. and that's why they're trying to spin the block. They need you now more than they did back then. That's the problem. But now they got to do that shit by themselves. But and then they have whoever this is in their energy. Empress reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's probably gossiping about you, talking about you. She probably done with this Five of Swords, like, I don't know, got other people to compete with you or rival with you, and it feels like you just ignored the hell out of all of them. Like, that's beneath you as a star. I'm gonna be honest. Like, what's the Ace of Swords? You were meant to inspire everybody here, whether they admit it or not. Okay. The Magician in the reverse, dropping the mask, or you know, they could realize that they were manipulated by somebody else in their environment. It could be their mother or another feminine energy. Who's the Magician reverse? Page of Cups reverse, jealousy. Oh, okay. This person is now starting to show their jealous side, especially if this is a Scorpio. Like, pew, an uninvolved Scorpio is not one you want to be around at all. What's the Magician reverse? Page of Cups reverse. Knight of Pentacles reverse. They got two Knight cards in their reverse. They're definitely stuck and oppressed, for sure. The third one over here, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, is them too. This masculine... King of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Wands, King of Wands reverse. Yeah, they're stuck. I don't know if they met their match, okay, with this King and Queen of Wands in reverse, or they're in a relationship with a dark feminine. And it's nothing wrong with being a dark feminine, but it's two sides to it. You have the karmic dark feminines, and you have just dark feminine who are meant to transform you, right? I made a post about it on my wall, so if you want to know the difference, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. But there is a big difference. But the King and Queen of Wands in the reverse, these two could be, there could be a lot of arguments. It's because he's not resonating with whoever this is anymore. Once he got a taste of it, being with a divine feminine or masculine, whoever you are, perception about humans, that shit will shift. Because I really feel like star energy, those are like healers, light workers, earth angels. They're not human. They're not. That's why I said people have a hard time figuring out what it is about their aura that they're so drawn to, that they're so attracted to. They're healers. You get what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't know what that looks like or what it is. Right? So a lot of times they either get, like I said, it's going to go one or two ways. They're either going to be jealous of you and hate your guts, or they're going to feel inspired by you and they're going to accept the calling from spirit. Because usually when one comes into your life, they're meant to transform and evolve you in a certain way. They're way showers, right? They're leaders, they're trailblazers, they're not normal. About my marriage, what's your zodiac sign? But yeah, this person is stuck, and that's why they're jealous. Okay, it feels like the Ace of Swords here, they're going through an awakening on a soul level, but and you know, the shift happens mentally first before it happens physically, right? Everything is born in the mental plane and then it manifests into the 3D, right? But this person is at the point of their journey where they're starting to awaken to the shit around them, the manipulation, the jealousy, probably what broke y'all up, right? They probably let all these third parties and stuff get in the way here with this 3 of Cups in reverse, or people gossip and talk about y'all, whatever the case may be. So they're awakening, right? But their mental is not in alignment with their physical. They're in an environment where they don't want to be, and that's probably why they're arguing with this, whoever this is. This is arguments, fights. King and Queen of Wands in a reverse. What's this Page of Cups reverse? And they're jealous of whoever your new person is. But that's why they're trying to take on that person's energy. They're studying them. They're watching them, as they should, right? But don't come over here with that bullshit, okay? Like, yeah, the 3 of Wands is what fell. Growth and expansion. What's the Page of Cups reverse? You can watch, you can feel inspired, but keep that shit cute, okay? So the 8 of Wands, yeah, this is you. This is you. They're jealous because things are moving forward for you, okay? There's a big shift that's happening in your life, okay? That's really what I'm getting, like, because the Fool is a new beginning, a new journey, a new cycle, right? It's new. I'm hearing that song, oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Nails done, everything did. Okay, so Wands is something gaining momentum. It feels like your life path. And you know, when you align with your wheel or clock of destiny, because divine timing is different from earthly timing, well, there really is no concept of time. It's an illusion, but things speed up, right? Like, your blessings come in faster, like you're able to manifest at a faster rate, right? Especially the star back here, when you inherit your god or goddesshood, there's a lot of protection around you. Okay, when you're walking in your divine path, and 2, you can manifest like that, like in an instant you can manifest, right? Like your thought, your mind, when you're in this star energy, it's very powerful. So yeah, like I said, protection. This is the Temperance is protection, because it's more so like you gaining dominion over the earth. That's what the wings represent, freedom and transcendence, right? When you're vibrating at this level, or when you're in alignment with your highest timeline, a lot of the earthly influences cannot touch you, simply because of the frequency that you're vibrating at, right? It just doesn't resonate with you. The universe is only responding to your frequency. You cannot outrun that. You cannot fake it. You cannot pretend it, right? It is what it is. So what's the 8 of Wands? Let me see. The Hermit. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of you protecting your energy. Okay, also, this is like an influx of wisdom, information coming into you. You could be learning like a lot lately. Or this is a spirit guide here propelling you forward into all your blessings, all your abundance. Okay, growth and expansion. This is a Jupiter energy, which is, like I said, wisdom. So this could be like you learning a lot. You could be researching. Even the 8 of Wands could be like news and information. There's lots of communication here from a spirit guide. I don't know. I'm getting this energy The Hermit is a spirit that's probably guiding you, communicating to you, showing you a lot, revealing a lot to you. You could have a lot of signs and synchronicities that you're seeing around you at this time. That spirit communicating to you. This is definitely somebody from behind the veil. What's the Hermit? Three of Swords. This is you transforming your pain, transforming and alchemizing energy. Okay, the it feels like the blessings and rewards that you are coming in, that are coming into you, or that are coming right towards you, is because of all the work that you did on yourself. The Hermit is deep reflection, introspection, looking within, looking beneath the surface, right? Doing your shadow work, paying attention to shit that's beneath the surface. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's your soul. It can be your soul. It can be like your third eye. Okay, but it's like, instead of staying stuck with this person, you did the shadow work that you needed to liberate yourself, and it feels like also your lineage. Yeah, a true alchemizer. I kept saying the Temperance. That is alchemizing energy. Okay, I feel like that's also this King of Cups here too. It feels more so like you're jealous. They're jealous because whatever transpired after y'all broke up, you transformed your life and they stayed stuck doing the same patterns. And now they're finally just awakening and catching up to you. What's the Wheel reverse? Or trying to. Yeah, the Tower reverse. Something here that's inevitable. Okay, this feels like you inverted the Tower, or being bound to like a karmic cycle by doing whatever it is that you did. This reading is deep. It's real deep. It's very spiritual. It always feels like that when star energy comes out, especially when I see the star, Six of Wands, and two spreads. I'm like, I mean, in the same spread, I'm like, yeah, this is a person who has a prophecy to fulfill. They have a destiny, a calling over their life. When I see those two cards in the same read, I'm like, okay, especially the Wheel. Like, now I start looking at the clock of destiny, like really what's happening here. So anyway, what's the Tower in the reverse? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. That's a Saturn card too. It's Taurus Saturn. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is something here that's not growing, that's not progressing. You're not seeing a return on your investment. Give me more with the Tower in the reverse. Everything is fine in the reverse. What else? The Temperance. Yeah, you alchemized all of this energy. So there could have been a period of time where you were experiencing lots of delays, misfortunes, setbacks. Maybe there was a period where you weren't um, thriving, growing, learning. You could have been really stuck, or you could have felt really trapped with whoever this person is back here. That was, it feels more so like that was a part of your South Node. And a lot of people don't make it. Okay, like they just don't, because they don't do the shadow work that they need to do in order to make it past the North Gate. Or think about it in terms of like the devil. When you see the devil in the spread, that's a gate of consciousness that people don't make it past. Okay, but you are co-created with the universe. So it's like the Christians say, prayer without works is dead. You have to actually be willing and able to put in the work to build the life that you want, that you desire. You know what I mean? The only thing that stands in between people and what it is that they want is their will, right? And what's interesting is, like, if you do not heal because your will act on your desires consciously or unconsciously. You'll be out here, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a way that's not so vulgar or crass, but like you'll be out here doing the same old shit that is not benefiting you or not conducive to your growth without even realizing it or having a way off the wheel. Right? You get what I'm saying? So the temperance there, it's like you alchemizing all of this energy. To whereas with everything is fine in the reverse, it may not have been had you stayed in this cycle, right? But because you're actively doing the shadow work and healing and really looking at, it feels like the environment that you come from, the family that you come from, and consciously choosing not to model that, right? Yeah, there's big changes happening here. What's the temperance? This is Sagittarius energy, but it's also balance, peace, inner harmony. I feel like you're at a very peaceful place in your life. You're feeling really balanced. Okay, you could be in harmony with your environment. Yeah, look at this one. He's competing with you now. The King of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who's in competition with you. Well, the problem is once you're in competition with a person's peace, that's a battle you already lost. Because once you find that, you're not going back to all this bullshit. Like, I know I wouldn't. Like, no. What's the King of Wands reverse? Even if he is changing, yeah, Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse, King of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is who he's with. I'm hearing that song in my head, She Ain't You by Chris Brown. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who maybe they weren't open and flexible to changing. Maybe they had their priorities, okay, out of balance. This is Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like they're not able to handle something in their environment. Yeah, Judgment reverse. The Moon. This could be somebody that wants your forgiveness. Or this could be somebody who wants to reconcile with you, but there will be no reconciliation. This person, it feels like more so they're starting to be mad at themselves because Judgment reverse, they didn't answer the call. They didn't. You were the calling. The Moon at the bottom, they just didn't see it. Or there was too much fear here. Or illusion. Because of all this jealousy and gossip and competition and rivalry around you. Okay, but it feels like you chose to take the high road in something with the Fool. You just detached and kept it moving. You didn't let it bother you. You didn't let it stop you. You didn't let it slow you down. You feel me? Like, you just... I feel like you already knew. The Queen of Cups came out way back here. You already knew. Okay? If you didn't, you had a spirit guiding you. Probably an ancestor here. And let me just put this out here. All of our ancestors are not fit to guide us. The same, we got liars, schemers, killers, robbers, stealers here in the earthly realm. There are people in our lineage who were just like that. So that's why, like, when I like to call on my ancestors, I call on the elevated ones specifically. My healing elevated. I speak that out specifically when I'm asking for their guidance, because there's some crazy ones. You'll never know. Like, I mean, you'll be able to feel their... Not everybody can. I can feel their energy, right? But those are the ones you want to call on when you need them to do some shit for you. You have a right to protect yourself. I'm going to just say that, right? Different strokes for different folks. What's the King of Swords? Let me see. Knowing without external influence, truth revealed, decisions made without overanalyzing issues, intuitive, resist any pressure. That's in the reverse. Exactly. This person is very much aware, okay? This could be somebody who's a wise counsel to you, or you made a decision from a logical place. What else for this King of Swords? Or this is somebody from the other side. Madness and delusion. Things are not what they seem. A lack of spiritual clarity, a brain hardwired for survival, not happiness. A shift in focus needed, purify the mind. Yeah, it really feels like this masculine was helping you to see something that you needed to see along your path, whether this is a spirit guide or your actual divine counterpart. Because I'm really handling both. Or spirit could have sent this person to you, or spirit could talk to you through this person. This person could be very high vibrational. Swords. And this is why feminine energy and masculine energy go hand in hand, right? I really feel like I have a problem with, and yeah, I'm gonna call y'all out, okay, with women who like to say they don't need a man. I feel like that is from an unhealed perspective, because once you have a good one, baby, that's an experience. That's different. When you have a real man, they provide the guidance, the direction, the infrastructure that you need in your life. I promise you. You just need a good one and you'll see, like, you'll see the difference. Okay? And women and men need women just as much. Okay? Men protect women in the physical realm, okay? And women protect men in the spiritual realm. They're together for a reason. Okay? Yeah, look, point of no return, endings, finality, lights out. This, whoever this is helping you to break free. Okay? This is just what you needed. Y'all will know who that person is in y'all life. Yeah, look, misleading information in the reverse. I'm telling you, this man showing you something. Keep quiet in the reverse. Hidden truth, secret, silence, confidential, sensitive info. That's the Two of Swords in the reverse. Okay, that's over here. That's what I'm saying. This, whoever this is in your life, is really revealing to you a lot of shit that you were struggling about that you didn't need to be, for one. Or a lot of what this masculine in your past is struggling with, it's coming effortlessly to this King of Swords, and you're like, damn, like, why the fuck was I there for so long? You know, like, well, how was I with that type of shit? Or if you are a masculine and you're going through an awakening right now, you're starting to see that a lot of the challenges and obstacles you were facing really weren't even that, right? It was just your mindset with this Ace of Swords over here. It was just the way that you were thinking, or maybe the people that you were around, or just the path that you had chosen for yourself. All the timelines exist simultaneously, right? Your highest timeline, your lowest timeline, the ones that are distractions, right? Your divine path, they all exist simultaneously. It's just that your actions determine which one you are actively living on, right? So what's this King of Cups over here? Adversary, conflict, opponent, disputes, fighting, competition, rivalry, fighting style, self-defense, and combat. That's in the reverse. Why are all these cards in the reverse? Is it just like that? No, it's not. They're not. Okay. I'm like, ooh, what is going on here? I'm gonna start shuffling them backwards, but universal harmony, divine principles, and legal systems. That's the justice card in the reverse. Morality, ethics, karma, divine law, and order, cosmic order in the reverse. So yeah, things are out of balance for whoever this person is. They could be experiencing a karmic injustice, okay, but karma isn't what people think it is, right? Like, the whole purpose of it is to bring things into balance, to bring things into harmony. The whole purpose of it is healing, right? That's the justice card. That's why I said the Libra principles are like arguably to me one of the most important that we have to learn. Balance, harmony, fairness. They're the laws of the universe, right? Like, and we all have to abide by them. What else for this King of Cups in the reverse? The karmic injustice is he's stuck somewhere he don't want to be. Yeah, look, exactly. It's to help get him grounded, root chakra. Okay, and then we have cord cutting, breaking free from negative influences, sever energetic attachments, reclaim your power. It's a little too late, buddy. This Aqua is on their way. Or like I said, this could be you as a man to where this is what you're doing. But Aquarius has already left the scene. They already left the scene. Okay, what's this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Cooking something, creative plans, making progress, ideas, using your skills. I feel like you could have been stuck on a certain path until, or you will be if you're still actively within this cycle, until as a star here, you use your natural innate talents and abilities. Like, I feel like that is a mission as a star, honestly, to use what, because like our talents and abilities are God's gift to us, right? But what we do with them is our gift back to God. And then that's when you start to see all of your blessings, right? This is when you start to be able to manifest abundance, right? This is the path that's protected. This is the path that's part of your spiritual inheritance. You know what I'm saying? What else for the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? So with this energy back here, if you are going through like financial challenges and difficulties and things like that, use your talents, use your natural abilities, and you'll start to see changes. I'm getting like an energy of procrastination. You could have a skill or talent that you're sitting on and you're procrastinating. Maybe you could like to cook. Somebody here could be a chef, or you could want to maybe open your own restaurant or have like a catering business. What else? Yeah, pretty penny in the reverse. A large sum of money, expensive, high value, high income windfall, profits, financial success, fortune, wealth, and prosperity. That's in the reverse. That could be this person back here. Intrusive in the reverse. Exactly. And then we have cash flow, investments, business success. Yeah, look. So somebody cannot intrude on your success. Okay, they cannot. They have to use their own talents and abilities. Okay, they gotta see. This is why the star is the star for a reason. A lot of times they make it out before other people because they're meant to show the way, but then you end up with people who are jealous of you, and it discourages you from wanting to share your gifts or from wanting to actually connect and help with other people. It puts you in this energy of feeling like you gotta protect your energy, or you know, like. And I don't mean to sound cliche, but think about Jesus, what he was trying to teach people. He was really a healer. He was trying to teach people through like occult and esoteric knowledge. When you really look at the Bible, it's more of a guide. Okay, stay inside the body. Book really means body. You get what I'm saying? When you're reading it, right? And you'll start to see it from a different perspective. Like a lot of it allegory, but if you can really comprehend what's going on and realize that the characters in there are just like a form of personification, you can see it from a higher perspective and see it as a guide. But look at what Jesus was trying to do, walk and teach healing and things like that, and they crucified him for it. So anyway, let's close this out with an oracle card. But Sacred Spirit, I'm gonna go with this one. What is the message here? Astral travel, caution is needed. And then at the bottom, look, we have galactic healer. I don't think the lady answered my question about the marriage or what you wanted to know. Because I was trying to see your zodiac sign so I could see if I can see it in this read. Okay, but there's a man on this card too. This really could be for a man, or it's the inner masculine, right? Taking more order, structure, discipline, a logical approach to life, like I said. Okay, so caution is needed. Observe your surroundings, and you know when you raise your frequency, your vibration. Okay, this is why they say nothing that you learn in the universe is new. It's all just recycled information. But a lot of times, because knowledge is power and with more comes more responsibility, you won't have access to certain information until you are prepared, right? Until you've reached a certain frequency or vibration, like occult and esoteric knowledge, for an example. Like people who have that information have gone through a great deal of spiritual warfare. So, astral travel can be described as a willful out of body experience, allowing a person. So, that's what I was trying to say. Astral travel is like your spirit's way of taking you to certain realms and environments that you need, where you need to go to recall certain information for your spirit on a spiritual level. That's why it's out of body. Okay. Allowing a person to observe their physical surroundings. Okay, entering the gateway to the astral plane. Yeah, that's the north gate that I was talking about, Cancer energy. Okay, entering the gateway to the astral plane or astral realm with intention is a careful practice that must be aligned with intention, clarity, and soulful purpose. A sacred portal to hidden realms accessing the astral body allows you to travel and experience different realms of consciousness and universal experiences. Clairvoyance, psychic abilities, and spiritual communication all require astral realm connections. The Akashic records exist within this realm and are guided by sacred light keepers. With any astral travel, it is recommended to have a travel buddy with you, such as an ascended master or an archangel for added spiritual safety. Primarily, an astral experience allows individuals to be an observer, to witness surroundings such as environments, past. I just thought about something in my head. Okay. My bad. To witness surroundings such as environments, past people, and our own forgotten experiences, including those long before our physical sense a visual or memory recall. Exactly. So you go to those places to recall certain things that you need. It's like not necessarily to be able to recall soul fragments, but like I said, information that you need on a spiritual level. Returning from an astral experience can leave everlasting impressions in our waking life, or it can leave you physically out of balance. While the soul is still tethered to our physical body via an invisible energetic silver cord, anchoring the soul back into your physical body often requires a physical reset through spiritual or holistic practices. Okay, so this is why meditation is important, because it lessens the density of that cord. Okay, and it helps you to feel like more lighted. I don't know if y'all are into meditation, more light body. I said more lighted. So anyway, while the soul is still tethered to our physical body via an invisible energetic silver cord, anchoring the soul back to our physical body often requires a physical reset through a spiritual or holistic practice. Astral information and experiences are affected by fear-based thoughts and energy frequencies. Keep your vibration high and alert your senses to any unwanted energetic connections that can influence you in a negative and spiritually abusive way. Right now you are being asked to keep your spiritual radio tuned to listen for unwanted interferences. Observe your surroundings and be aware of manipulation by others through psychic energy. Speech and planned social meetings. I don't think that's this King of Swords back here. That could be this Three of Cups, Five of Swords. The gossip, the rivalry, the competition, people trying to bait you into this shit. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Okay, that could be fear, paranoia, anxiety. Yeah, so it's like they gotta antagonize you or they gotta gossip and talk about you, whatever, to bring you back down to their frequency, which is really just distracting you from what you're meant to be doing. So yeah, I feel like you did okay with the Fool here. It's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay, so where did I leave off? Okay, caution is required in all areas of communication. Keep sensitive information confidential. So that's this hermit here. Okay, with this Eight of Wands. That's like you needing to protect your energy as you move forward, whatever goals, plans, okay, aspirations with this Eight of Wands, because that could be your goals, okay, and aspirations. It's like a card of ambition, right? But keep it all private right now, whatever you're working on, because that could be this back here. Something is cooking, creative plans, making progress, ideas, using your skills. Keep all of that private right now, okay? Because this Five of Swords is giving me like these people are sitting here and waiting. They're watching you. They want to see what you're going to do next. I mean, they're supposed to because you're the star, but like I said, it goes one or two ways. Okay, so shadow aspect demonstrate a lack of understanding and awareness of personal experience. The sacred crystal is labradite, and the angel assistance is Archangel Michael. Spiritual protection, safe travel. So that could be this spirit guide back here. This King of Swords could be Archangel Michael. Okay, to where he's helping you to see through the smoke and mirrors while you're on this journey. So your affirmation is I am divinely protected. My soul is safe to explore my path with ease and grace. Yeah, because something back here, had you chose to stay with this Emperor in the reverse, it wouldn't have been no ease and grace. Everything would have been hard, challenging, like obstacle after obstacle. That's this Nine of Wands, that wounded warrior energy, to where you still would have had to keep going, right? Like you can't stop. Like you gotta. But choosing the path of least resistance, I feel like is ideal. Why would you want to stay somewhere where it's like hard or challenging for you, or you constantly having to fight and persevere through obstacles and shit like that? So this is nice. Most importantly, I feel like somebody here is breaking a big generational curse in terms of family dynamic. The family that you have, the family that you create, okay, it looks like it's going to be a lot different from what you come from. And I love that for you. I really do. I love that for you. So keep up the good work and congrats. Okay, don't let this past person get, it feels like that's what they're trying to do. Okay, cause delays. And there could be something here that you're meant to be doing or creating that spirit is wanting you to, and you could be procrastinating on it. It's time to get to it, because I feel like that right there is what's really going to change your whole life. Like you could be going through an initiation period right now, okay, but you're still like at the beginning with this Fool here. Once you're fully in this new timeline, shit is going to look so different. It's going to look so different, honey. You'll love it here on this, on your divine path, because everything that you need is going to be right there for you. You get what I'm saying? Spirit is not going to give you a calling and just like throw you out to the wolves. If you listen, if you follow that guidance, you'll have everything you need. You may not have everything that you want, because I feel like your needs and desires are different. Some things that you desire are not always good for you, right? But and if you stray off of that path, spirit will be right there with that tower. Boom. Where you going? Where you going? But things look a lot different when you choose the highest timeline. It's not easy, but it's definitely more rewarding than staying with these low vibrational earthly humans. And yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it like that. But okay, Aqua, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all being here. Okay, if I resonate with you, like, share, leave me some comments. If nothing else, I love to chat with you all. If you subscribe, you'll have to turn on your notification bell because I'm not one of those readers who read every day. I feel like even if I had the time to, I wouldn't because I don't like to see the same energy. I'm here when there's a shift and I can feel it, and then I'll read on it. But other than that, you won't see me every day. So you'll have to turn on your notification bell so you'll know when I go live because I don't do recorded readings either. So, okay, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Good luck on your new journey, your new timeline. Keep the faith, keep the vision. Okay, continue to persevere and choose God, which is really choosing yourself. And I will catch y'all in the next read.